Joe, I've been thinking about something. Lately, it feels like I'm just not in the mood to do anything. You ever feel like that?
Oh, absolutely. You know how many times I've sat down with a plan for the day and then nothing happens? It's like my brain just pulls the emergency brakes and says, nope, not today.
That's exactly it. It's like you wake up, the sun is shining, your to-do list is staring at you, and your brain just goes, nah, not today. And then bam, the whole day is gone.
Right? It's like we're working hard to avoid working hard. I mean, honestly, when was the last time you felt like doing absolutely nothing and just enjoyed it?
A few days ago, I sat in bed for hours binge-watching random videos, thinking about how unproductive I was, but at the same time, enjoying every second of it. It's a weird paradox.
I think we all get caught in that trap. We tell ourselves, I'll do it later, but later never comes. So instead of doing what we were supposed to do, we end up lying to ourselves about why we should do it later. It's a dangerous game, my friend.
Totally. But hey, I've noticed something. It's not even about being lazy all the time. It's more like I choose laziness sometimes, Like it's an option and I'm choosing it. But then I get this guilt, this nagging feeling that I'm wasting time.
Guilt. Oh man, that's a big one. You know what happens when I get that feeling? I start scrolling through my phone, trying to find something to distract me so I don't have to think about the fact that I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, and then you get trapped in an endless loop of mindless scrolling. You feel like you're being productive because you're engaging with content, but really you're just wasting time in a different way.
Exactly. But hey, isn't it funny how we know we're doing nothing and yet we still justify it? Like, oh, I'll check just one more video, or I'll just check my emails again. Maybe I missed something important. It's all about convincing ourselves that we're not doing nothing.
The mind games, it's like we're negotiating with ourselves, trying to find reasons to justify the laziness. It's almost like being in a relationship with your own mind, one that's just too understanding, too forgiving.
Welcome to the English Pod, the place where we help you improve your English through real-life conversations.
So, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm Rumi. I'm that person who's always got grand ideas and big plans, but never quite manages to follow through. Procrastination, I'm a seasoned veteran. But hey, I like to think I'm just a fan of taking it slow.
And I'm Joe, the guy who swears he'll start tomorrow, but somehow finds himself watching random YouTube videos at 2 a.m. instead. Productivity? Well, I'm still figuring that one out. But I believe in balance. Sometimes a break is all you need.
So between the two of us, you can say we've got the lazy life figured out, right?
Absolutely. If procrastination had a fan club, we'd be the presidents.
We might even be the founding members. But let's be honest, we're not alone in this. I think laziness is something everyone struggles with at some point, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. I think it's pretty universal. Everyone hits that point where you just can't bring yourself to do anything. And the more you try to get back into the groove, the worse it gets.
And you know what's funny? The guilt always kicks in later. Like, when you've spent the entire day not doing anything, you feel like you've wasted time. But in the moment, it's like the time just slips away.
That's the worst part. It's like you're fully aware of what you're doing, but somehow it feels like time is just running away from you. You know you should be doing something productive, but there's this force field of laziness stopping you.
I can relate to that. It's like you get to the end of the day, and all you've done is waste time, but you're also kind of okay with it. But there's always that nagging thought in the back of your mind, I should have done more.
Yeah, that nagging feeling that says you're not doing enough. You should be doing something right now. And you're like, yeah, I know, but it's just too hard.
It's like our brains are constantly in this internal battle. On one hand, we're telling ourselves to be lazy, but on the other, we're fighting this overwhelming urge to be productive and meet expectations.
And the funny thing is, when we finally do decide to tackle something, we're often so burnt out from trying to avoid it that it feels like we can't even do it properly.
Oh, absolutely. It's like you've put off doing something for so long that when you finally get to it, it feels impossible. Like the task has become this mountain that you have to climb.
Yeah, the whole time you're thinking, I could have done this hours ago, but then you just keep procrastinating. You know, Rumi, I've been thinking about this a lot. What really gets to me is that I've noticed it's not just about laziness. It's more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like my brain just checks out for the day, but not because I'm tired. It's like this mental block.
I get that. It's like your brain goes into off mode, even when your body is fully awake. It's almost as if your mind is telling you, nope, I'm done for the day. No work today. And there's no real reason for it, right? You're not physically drained, but you still can't get motivated.
Exactly. It's not even about being physically tired. It's this mental exhaustion that comes out of nowhere. You sit down to get started, and then bram, your brain just refuses to cooperate. And it's so frustrating because you know you could get it done, but you just can't.
Yeah, I've had days like that. I'll sit there looking at my to-do list, and it feels like the most daunting thing in the world. Even small tasks seem overwhelming, and all you can do is nothing.
Right. And it's not like you want to be lazy, but it feels like you're forced into it. Your mind just goes on strike. And then, of course, you feel guilty because you know you're not being productive.
Exactly. It's like your brain is on autopilot, and you're just sitting there watching everything pass by. I've noticed that sometimes it's like I get paralyzed by the sheer thought of having to do something. It's like the bigger the task, the more I want to avoid it.
Oh man, don't get me started on that. When I look at a big task, my brain immediately goes into avoidance mode. I'll start thinking, oh, I'll just do this later. It's too much to handle right now. But the problem is, later never comes.
Exactly. And then later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes next week, and the tasks just keep piling up, and it feels like the mountain is getting higher and higher.
It's like you're digging yourself into a hole, and every time you think about doing something, it feels like the hole gets deeper. The more you procrastinate, the more overwhelming it becomes.
And you know what? I think it's all tied to that fear of failure. We put off doing something because we're afraid we won't do it right or it won't be good enough.
Oh, 100%. It's that all or nothing mentality. If we can't do it perfectly, we'd rather not do it at all. It's like our brains tell us, why bother starting something if it's not going to turn out exactly how you want?
And that's where the procrastination starts. We tell ourselves, I'll wait until I'm in the right mood, or I'll do it tomorrow when I'm feeling more motivated. But tomorrow never comes.
And the longer we wait, the more pressure builds up, and the more we start avoiding it altogether. It's this vicious cycle that just gets harder and harder to break out of. Okay, so we've talked a lot about what laziness feels like, but let's dig into the deeper question. Why do you think we get stuck in that cycle of procrastination? Is it because we're afraid to start, or is there something else going on?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think it's a mix of things, really. I mean, one big factor is the whole fear of failure thing. The moment we face something that feels overwhelming or difficult, our brains just decide to avoid it. It's easier than risking failing or not doing something well.
That's true. So it's more about avoiding the discomfort of failure than the actual task itself. That makes a lot of sense. We'd rather stay in our comfort zone and procrastinate than push ourselves and possibly fail.
Exactly. It's easier to not do something than to risk doing it poorly. And the more we avoid, the harder it gets to actually take that first step. I've found that the longer I wait, the more I'm convinced that it's going to be too hard to start.
That's the kicker, right? The task doesn't change, but our perception of it grows more intimidating over time. We make it bigger in our heads than it really is, like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger the more we avoid it.
Yeah, and it's not even just about failure. There's also this pressure to be constantly on and productive. We live in a society where everyone's expected to always be hustling, achieving, and moving forward. If you're not working 24/7, then you're made to feel like you're falling behind. And that constant pressure can create mental burnout.
Oh man, don't even get me started on the hustle culture. It's like we've been brainwashed into thinking that every waking moment should be spent working toward a goal. And if we're not doing something productive, then we're wasting time.
It's no wonder so many of us feel guilty when we're just sitting down to relax.
Exactly. And I think that's where the real danger of laziness comes in. It's not necessarily that we're avoiding tasks because we're lazy. It's that we're trying to avoid the pressure. It's like a defense mechanism against the constant demands of society. So when we do try to take a break, we feel like we're letting ourselves down even though we need the break.
And it doesn't help that social media is out here showing people working nonstop, making it look like they've got everything under control. So we feel like we're the only ones not doing anything.
Exactly. Social media makes it worse. Everyone is out there posting their highlight reels, showing how busy and productive they are. And here we are feeling guilty because we're just trying to take a breather.
It's like we're in a race that no one signed us up for, but somehow we're still running. And if we stop, even for a second, we think we're falling behind. But that's not even the reality of things. We need breaks.
Totally. And sometimes laziness is just a response to how drained we are from always being on. When you're constantly trying to be productive, even small tasks can feel like huge mountains to climb.
That's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes we choose laziness because it's the only way we can recharge. It's like our body is screaming, "Give me a break." But then we feel guilty because society tells us we shouldn't need one.
Yeah, and sometimes, even if we want to rest, we feel like we're not allowed to. It's like there's a little voice in the back of our head saying, "Nope, you're supposed to be productive right now." So we stay in this perpetual cycle of doing nothing and then feeling bad about it.
It's almost like self-sabotage, isn't it? You want to be productive, but the moment you try, your brain tells you it's too much, so you avoid it, and then feel guilty because you didn't get anything done. It's a never-ending loop.
Exactly. And the longer we stay in that loop, the harder it becomes to break out of it. It's like the more we procrastinate, the less motivated we feel to start, and the more overwhelming the task becomes.
And I think we also forget that it's okay to take things one step at a time. It's not about doing everything all at once or being perfect. But when we get stuck in this cycle, we don't even allow ourselves to take those small steps because we're too focused on the end goal.
Yes, the focus is always on the big picture, and it feels so daunting that we freeze up. But if we could just focus on doing one small thing at a time, we might feel less overwhelmed and more productive.
So the answer isn't about pushing through the laziness, it's about understanding why we feel that way in the first place and giving ourselves permission to take things slow. Sometimes doing one small task is better than avoiding everything altogether.
Exactly. And it's okay to take a break and recharge, even if it feels like we're being lazy. The key is knowing when we're truly resting and when we're avoiding something because we're afraid or overwhelmed.
So if we can learn to take breaks without feeling guilty and approach our tasks with a mindset of small, manageable steps, we might finally break the cycle of procrastination. But let's be real, that's easier said than done, right?
Of course, it's not something that happens overnight, but recognizing why we procrastinate is the first step in overcoming it. We've got to stop making laziness a bad thing and see it for what it is, a response to stress and exhaustion.
And we've got to be kind to ourselves about it too. We're only human. We can't expect to be on all the time, and it's okay to embrace laziness when we need it.
So we've talked about why laziness happens, why we feel guilty about it, and how it affects our productivity. But now, Joe, I'm curious, what do you think is the best way to snap out of it? How do we break this cycle?
I think the first step is accepting that it's okay to have lazy days. We have to stop viewing laziness as something negative. It's just a natural part of life. When we accept it, we take away its power over us.
Yeah, if we keep seeing laziness as a bad thing, it's going to keep holding us back. It's like we're constantly in battle with ourselves. But when we learn to embrace it, we can use it as a tool for relaxation and recharging, not something to feel guilty about.
Exactly. And once we stop feeling guilty about it, we can focus on taking small actions. If we break down our tasks into manageable chunks, it feels less intimidating. That's when we can really start getting things done.
Classic, Joe. So the secret is small steps. No more trying to tackle everything at once. We start by doing just one thing, even if it's something as simple as answering one email or picking up one item of laundry. Small wins add up.
Yes, it's all about momentum. When you start with one small thing, you feel like you're making progress. And once you gain a little momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. It's like setting yourself up for success with tiny, easy victories.
And you know what? It's also about knowing when to rest and when to work. We can't be productive all the time, and we shouldn't be ashamed of that. The key is finding balance.
Easier said than done, but you're right. Sometimes we push ourselves too hard, and then we wonder why we're burned out. Taking breaks isn't lazy. It's necessary for long-term productivity.
Right. It's about self-care, not avoiding work altogether. It's about listening to your body and mind and knowing when it's time to recharge. If we learn to do that, laziness won't feel like a weight around our necks anymore.
So I guess the answer is be kind to ourselves, take breaks, and break things down into small, manageable tasks. It's not about being lazy, it's about balance.
Exactly. And once we accept that, we can really get to work. Without the guilt, without the pressure, and without the mental block. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
And knowing that it's okay to have lazy days. I think we've got a pretty good plan here, don't you?
Yeah, we might not be experts yet, but we're on the right track. Now, let's go put that plan into action after a well-deserved break, of course.
Absolutely. Because, balance is key.